So, Grupo versus Fenris. This is going to be niche as hell, but say you are running a build similar to this. Okay, I've got 3-piece Providence defense, Grupo gloves, an exotic holster, Fox's prayer, knees. Now, depending on how you got it set up, you could put the Providence defense holster and then run coyotes. However, this is the build I tested, so this is what I'm going to stick with. And I'm using Famash just because, although I prefer Shield Splinterer, Optimist kind of messes with the damage numbers. So to help show this more accurately, this is what I'm going to be testing. So effectively what I'm saying is, in this particular style of build, would 15% crit damage be better than Fenris? So at what point do you decide to use Fenris over Grupo? And you can do this in varying different setups, but like I said, I'm using this one because this is what I tested. It actually all comes down to your crit chance. And depending on your crit chance, you will get different overall calculations. Now obviously, I'm at 101,639 with Grupo, and when I swap to Fenris, I go to 106,059. So it can be confusing because you would assume higher base damage, you would get more overall damage. So just to show, my crit there was 514, 518, and my non-crit is 194,893. Okay? This is a spreadsheet I prepared earlier. Yes, I'm aware, flopping back and forward between the spreadsheet, it's messy. It's kind of hard to show this. So I've got my weapon damage plus the additive, which is vigilance, plus my multipliers, which will show 194,893. So that's my non-crit. My crit that I've got down is 514, 517. I'm actually one over, but it's, for the purpose of this, it's accurate enough. Now, I have a 60% crit chance, which means 50 times 0.6 will be 30. This means that approximately 30% of my bullets should crit. It's per bullet, so working it off probability is sketchy as hell. But if we just work it off like a base value, this means that 20 of my bullets will not crit, so that the total non-crit will be 3,897,856, and my total crit, there'll be 30 of them, is 15,435,508. If we add these together, we get our approximate total per magazine. Again, this can change because you might not get 30 crits. This is just assuming you get 30 crits, or like a baseline value. 19,333,364. If we do the exact same but go to Fenris, obviously we've got higher weapon damage, our additive is higher, our multiplier for our non-crit and our total non-crits are going to be higher, but our crits are actually lower. For our total being 19,258,962, we actually lose about just under 100k damage. So at a 60% crit chance, theoretically, Grupo is better because we are having a higher probability of getting crits. That 15% more damage on a higher probability of crits means we are actually potentially getting more damage. I also did change the crit damage as well. With Grupo it was 164%, with Fenris it is 149. So with the blue table, this is dropping me down to a 50% crit chance. Again, Grupo versus Fenris. Going through all of it again, however, the total you only need to pay attention to is total mag is 17,735,243 wearing Grupo. Wearing Fenris, we get 17,743,870. That means that with a 50% crit chance, Fenris, it's like 10k damage. Fenris theoretically does more. because Fenris is not only increasing your crit by 10%, potentially, because it's working off base damage, but it's also increasing your non-crit. You should notice that Fenris is actually doing a lot more work on your non-crit than it is on your actual crit. Now for the yellow table, I'm colourblind, so I can't actually tell. This is with a 51% crit chance. If I actually put it to 51, it shows it at 25.5, but the game will round that up anyway to being 26, so I've put it to 52. But you can see here at 51, quote unquote, our total magazine damage with Grupo is 18,054,867, and with Fenris it's 18,046,888. Again, Grupo is now winning because we're at 51, but it's only about 10k. In short, what this actually means is if you are at 50% crit chance and below, with a build like this where you're running an AR and you're wondering whether I should put Fenris or not, have a look at your crit chance. If it's 50% and below, theoretically Fenris is better. If it's at 51 to 60, theoretically Grupo is better. The extra 5% relative on top of your crit damage over Fenris's 10% should outweigh the bonuses from Fenris on Grupo, if that makes any sense. There are other ways you can set this up, such as using contractors with a Grupo holster. Same thing applies. I don't actually have a Fenris holster, but if you're wondering whether I should run a Grupo holster or a Fenris holster, it completely depends on your crit. Anyway, good luck, have fun, don't die. It's bad for the health.